Okay, so now we're going to be fixing the videos list. I'm going to go to home.js and uncomment the videos list. I'm going to go to videos list, and on this file, there's a few things that we are not going to use, the Axios and the URL. But since we are using Firebase, we need to import things. So it's going to be import, and we're going to destructure the Firebase, and then first the teams. Then we have Firebase, and this time it's going to be videos, and then comma, and then Firebase, and then looper, just like we did before. And then from .. one more time, and then Firebase. Good. So now what we need to do is we need to change the requests. If you notice, we have pretty much the exact same thing. So just to save a little bit of your time and my time as well, I'm going to go to news list. I'm going to copy the code for teams. I'm going to go back to videos list and paste it. I want to save some time right here because we're going to do a lot of things later. So, just to save time. And we have a lot of things to do after the NBA. So right here, I'm going to go back to news list. I'm going to copy the other one. And on this one, we need to make some changes. I'm going to go right here to this Axios, delete it, and paste it. The first thing is that we are not working with articles. We are working with videos. So we go Firebase videos. Everything else is the same, ordered by child, starts, end, and then the value. We get the then and the snapshot. Now, instead of working with articles, we're going to be working with videos. So I'm going to say videos and copy this one and paste it right here. What else? The state, we don't have items on the state. We have videos. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to say videos. And this is going to be equal to this.state.videos. That looks nice. I'm going to save it and see what happens. Let's go to the project and, we get the videos. We have the same problem than before. We are getting the duplicated last post, whatever, and then plus one, just like we did before. I'm going to reload the page and, okay, going to load more, and now it works. This was really, really simple. It took 2 minutes. 2 minutes to do this. Was really simple. So now we're going to be fixing the next thing. What is next? I believe that we have the articles, the inside articles. If I enter, I should be getting all the data from this, but we don't, of course. So let's fix this right now. Okay, so now let's fix the post news view. If you notice at the top, as an ID of the post, we are putting right here. We are showing the ID of the actual Firebase, the Firebase post. So we need to look the post by this ID. That's what we're gonna do. So okay. So first we need to go to the component. So I believe it was inside articles component, articles, then news, then post, and then index. Okay. So what we are not gonna use is gonna be Axios and URL. Good. So we can get rid of that. I'm going to say import. I'm going to open and close, and it's going to be Firebase. And then I'm going to be using the DB. If you remember, we've exported the Firebase DB, which is kind of the Firebase database. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So I'm going to go back to index inside news list, and we grab Firebase, and we're going to be using Firebase, and then looper. Something else that we're going to be using is going to be the Firebase teams. It's going to be Firebase and then teams. And then, of course, from .. one more time, and then Firebase. Oh, one more time. There we go. Firebase. Good. Okay, so everything looks ready. We need to use it, of course. We don't have Axios. That's good. So I'm going to comment all of this. And this is the only place where we have a request. So we're going to need to change this. I'm going to go right here at the top and start writing. So first, we need to fetch the articles and we need to match this ID. So we kind of need to pass it on the reference. That's why we are using Firebase DB and not Firebase articles. So I'm going to be using Firebase DB and I'm going to say ref. Now what I want to get is going to be the articles, just like this, then /, and then of course the ID. So I'm going to be using template strings so we can pass everything on a single line. I'm going to delete this, and it's going to be articles. And if you remember, we are working with React Router, so the ID of that is going to be inside this. Let me delete this, dot props, dot match, dot params, dot ID. So this one is going to be equal to articles and whatever ID we have right here. Good. So then, of course, we need to search for this. So I'm going to say once, and I'm going to say value. This one is going to be returning as a promise. So I'm going to use then. We're going to be getting a snapshot, and then we run a function. Make sense? Good. So now what we're going to do, if you check right here, first we fetch the article. Once we get the article, we store this inside of a variable. And then what we do, we get the themes of this particular article. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to say let, then article, just like we did before, and then snapshot, and we get the val of this, right? So all the information about this particular article is going to be stored inside this article, the variable. Good. So now we need to fetch the themes of this particular article. So since we have Firebase themes, I'm going to say Firebase themes. Good. Then what we need to do, we need to order by child because we're going to have the ID, and we need to match the ID of the theme that we get from the article and search it in Firebase themes. So I'm going to say order by child, and in this case, I'm going to say ID. Now it's going to be equal to, and then open and close. And in this case, could be team or team ID. In this case, doesn't matter. We're going to try both and see what happens. So now it's going to be equal to, and this equal to equals to the theme we have inside articles. If we go to the database, each article has a theme. So it's going to be equal to article dot and then theme. So this is going to order everything by team ID inside the themes database, and then it's going to try to match the one that has this particular ID, and it's going to bring that. So I'm going to say once, open and close, and again value, and this again returns a promise. So it's then open and close, and then it's going to be equal to snapshot. Just going to copy paste. Sorry for the laziness. It's going to be const theme, and right here, since we have the Firebase looper, we're going to be using this. So I'm going to copy this, paste the Firebase looper, and we're going to pass the snapshot we get from the themes, which is going to be only one theme, of course. But this is going to be structuring the data in a different manner. Okay, so we have the snapshot and we have the theme. So the only thing that we need to do right now is to set the state, the new state. So I'm going to go right here at the bottom and say this, that set state, open and close, and then pass an object. Now article is going to be equal to article. That stays the same. And since now we have the theme for this article, we're going to say theme. And this in theory should be working. I'm going to save it. And okay, there we go. So we get the ID, is fetching the article for that ID, is passing the theme and the card info, the card we have right here on the top. Remember, we have a reusable component for this, is passing the theme. We get the date, we get the author. This one, we're going to fix this right now. And then we're going to be, we get the title, images, and, everything looks nice. Let's fix this. So we need to include moment right here, just like we did inside card info, but this is a different component. If I remember, this one is going to be inside elements and then team info. I'm not really sure. I forgot about this. So we have the wins, the loses. This is not the one. It's going to be post data. And yeah, post data. We have the date and we have the author. So just like we did with the card info, we're going to copy the import moment from moments. We're going to paste it down here, and same thing we did before. We're going to create a variable. We can just try to, just do that right there. So I'm going to go to post, and this one is going to be equal to this, with moment, that date, and the format, and we need to pass props, data, and then date. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to do const, and I'm going to do format date. And let me go to card info and just copy all of this. So I'm getting two different values, all right? Just getting two different values, two different variables with different things, different functions. And this one is going to receive a date. So what we can do, we can make a reference of this, format date, open and close. And even though they are on different places, this is still going to work. Okay, so we pass the date, format date, and let's see if it's working. And okay, we get the date, we get the correct date. So that works. All right, so everything looks good. Now, what else? What do we need to do now? If I go to the home, the home is going to give us the video section, and the video section, of course, is broken. We don't have anything. So we need to fix that right now. Right, so let's fix the video view. The video component, the post view, is going to be inside articles, then videos, and then video index. That's where we have the index of videos. So this one is gonna pretty much do the same thing than the other view, but on this one we have the related. So okay, so I'm gonna go right here at the top. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm gonna delete it. And right here at the bottom, I'm gonna comment the component will mount. We're gonna be checking this, and I'm gonna be commenting this one to get related. So right from the start, just to save time, the component will mount is going to do the same thing we did right here. So I'm going to copy all of this and paste it down here. Of course, we need to make a few changes. It's not going to be articles, it's going to be videos, right? What else? We have article, snapshot, same thing. It's going to be an article. And then we have the Firebase themes. We have order by child, it's going to bring the team ID and match it, and then returns the article and the team. So I'm going to save it. We get some error messages right here. It's because we need to include, of course, all the Firebase things. So I'm going to go right here at the top and paste it. We're going to be using the same things. So okay, it's going to load, brings the video, the title, and the team. Right, so this is working. Good. So now we have that get related thing. So I'm going to go right here at the bottom, and after the set state of article and team, we need to call get related. So I'm going to say get related. Of course, nothing's going to work because we don't have anything. But if we check it right here on the get related, first we fetch the teams and we store it on inside the teams. And after we do that, we're going to be making a request to make a search for a keyword. The thing is that with Firebase, we don't have this ability to search by keyword. We cannot do just like kind of a like, for example, the MySQL operation like. We don't have this. So like I told before, Firebase is great for some things, but maybe working with a project that has a different kind of posts and structure and everything else, maybe not that good. I would go for MongoDB or something like that. It's a little bit more versatile. So either way, we're gonna still do it. So first we need to get related, and first we need to get the teams. That's the first thing we need to do. So okay, so since we have Firebase teams at the top, I'm gonna say Firebase teams once, then I'm gonna pass the value. This one will return a promise, open and close. Then we're gonna receive a snapshot just like we did before. And then I'm gonna be running a function. And this function is gonna give me the snapshot, and I need to convert the structure of the snapshot. So we're gonna be using the Firebase looper and pass the snapshot. Right, makes sense? We did this like 5 times already. Good, so now we have the teams inside of this request. Good. So now what we need to do is we need to find the videos equal to something. So right here, we're going to have a team. This article is going to have a team. So what we are going to do, we're going to search all of the articles that have the same team ID. So if you have a New Jersey Nets video, you're going to bring New Jersey Nets videos. Good. So first I'm going to be calling the Firebase DB and videos. We don't have it at the top, but we could import this. So I'm going to do comma, and it's going to be Firebase and then videos. going to go right here at the bottom. And now instead of Firebase DB, it's going to be Firebase and then videos. Then what we're going to do, we're going to order by child, open and close, and I'm going to be passing the keyword team. So we're going to order all the articles by team ID. Then we need to pass the equal to. I need to bring all the articles that are equal to a particular team. And if you remember, let me make this a little bit nicer. If you remember, we have the article and the team ID right here. Whenever we save the article, we have that data. So I'm going to go to equal to, and this dot state dot article dot team. So this is going to bring all the results that are, matching the team ID. Okay. So what else? We're going to limit to first, and we're going to bring only 3 articles. This one is going to return something, and once is going to return a promise. So then we're going to do dot, and we just pass a snapshot, just like we did before, and we run a function. Now I'm going to be storing this const related, and we're going to change the structure for this. It's going to be Firebase looper and then snapshot. Good. So now we have the related. Again, we need to set the state. So I'm going to say this, that set state, open and close. And this is pretty much the same thing we are doing right here. We're getting our response and doing the set state of related. Okay, set state. And first we need to pass the teams, and then we pass the related. And that's it. That is it. That's the only thing we need to do. Okay, so let's see what happens. It's going to reload what's working. So we get the title, everything else, and now we get the news that, got to do with nets. All the news related to nets, all the videos that have nets, we're gonna get them. All right, so, this is kind of working. Right, what else? This one, it's done. The next thing would be for us to fix the news, which actually, now that I think about this, we don't need to fix the news, because the news use the main news, this endpoint, uses the same components we've been using. We've been using reusable components, and we already fixed them. So everything works. And I'm guessing the same thing happens with videos. Yeah, same thing with videos. All right, good. So everything is working. So now we have the same state than we had before, with the first NBA part, of a few videos ago. So now everything works, but that works with Firebase. So the next thing for us would be creating a sign in and a sign out. It's going to be, again, a little bit long because we need to create a form, and we're going to be creating a template to create forms, just like we did before. But this time, you're going to be doing it a little bit different. Okay, so I want to show you different ways of doing things with forms. Okay, so let's go to the next one and start creating the login and sign in and the forms.